The following is a fan-based discussion. All properties discussed are property of Toei Inc., Bandai, Hasbro, and Subaraya Productions.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Tokutalk.
Yes!
Hello.
Due to, I guess we could say, popular demand, we can actually say that for once, it's weird. We're going to be talking about intro into Power Rangers now. We're not talking about theme songs, we're talking about the introduction to the show and their characters.
As we've done with Sentai and Rider previously.
Yeah.
So, are there any that stand out as to you guys in your memory as a good introduction?
Lightspeed Rescue.
Lightspeed Rescue is a good one.
Okay.
They need better criteria for their recruiting process, but I've had that rant multiple times already.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm talking about just like how they actually went around and just like, you're really good at this.
You mean actually recruiting people based on their skill set?
Yeah.
And not based on their hormonal level and age and being less than 18?
Mm.
Teenagers with attitude.
Or at least an actor in your 20s pretending to be a
teenager.
teenager.
Well, in Thomas' case, he was 19, so close enough.
Yeah, I think Lightspeed Rescue did probably one of the better ones. Time Force, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But Time Force had the, added bonus of just...
Jen.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was going to say just taking the already good premise of Time Ranger and not fucking it up. Excuse me.
RPM.
Yeah.
RPM was a good one.
RPM was a good one.
Opening up with our big battle.
Yeah.
At the end of the war. When humanity is retreating.
I know. In fact, I think they did it smartly by having red, blue, and yellow already there, and then coming back to them later.
SPD.
I did like SPDs.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
characters helped.
The three rookies.
Expand upon it, yes.
The three rookies who, think they're hot shit, and then the two criminals who don't want to be here, but they all eventually become... But it's a good introduction of this power dynamic between the team, where the criminal is the Red Ranger, and the Blue Ranger, who wants to be the Red Ranger, doesn't understand why. But it sets up so much growth for these characters, which I think was really nice. I know it doesn't count, but I will always love the first episode of Power Rangers in Space. Mainly because it doesn't count because we're only being introduced to one character. I know it's a continuation. I don't care. Mainly because it's a continuation of something that's shit. So,
but it came off of something that was good.
Turbo was good.
The finale of Turbo.
Turbo's finale was good, but that's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to, I'm going to bake you into a giant pizza.
Thanks, Power Ranger.
But it was still a good introduction to that character and the new dynamic that they have. So I think it counts.
Dino Charge. I think Dino Charge is a very good, opening.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Especially with really only paying attention to Shelby,
Red and pink, yeah.
And Tyler.
Tyler, yeah. And the original footage was also a big help.
Yes.
Beast Morphers.
Beast Morphers is the one I was going to bring up. I think Beast Morphers, definitely in recent memory, that sticks out to me as the best one. With Beast Morphers, I love the way it sets up who has been selected as our Power Rangers by the military organization, and the way there is already a rivalry between him and the ones who will take their place after they get taken over by the virus. And I just love how that played out. That whole first episode, the way everything is structured,
the fight scene
is very well good. It's very well done.
Yeah.
I'm giving this one credit where credit is due, not because it was a good introduction to its characters, but it was a good first episode from a marketing standpoint. Dino Thunder.
How so?
You have three characters that are very they're stereotypes. Oh my god, they're stereotypes. But
early thousands.
But it was 2003, so every kid watched. And I'm thinking about this from the perspective of a child or somebody who may be a little older, like I was when Dino Thunder came out. Somebody that we kind of relate to with these three characters, but no matter what, they get you with the fandom and the nostalgia with Tommy coming back. And no matter what, that's a brilliant idea on paper. And honestly, it worked out. Besides the fact that filming moved to New Zealand, so he was only in half the episodes he was supposed to be. It was just a brilliant idea on paper to have a returning cast member of the original dinosaur themed Ranger team to the new. This was the second dinosaur themed Ranger team. So it was a brilliant idea to bring a recurring character, and they knew that this season would fall into its 500th episode of the overall series. So all the nostalgia had to be there. So I think from a planning perspective, they did a great job.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, all these years later, how do we feel about the introduction of Tommy and the Green with Evil arc?
I still like it.
You still like it?
Yeah, I think it's okay.
It's okay. It's a product of its time.
It very much is.
So it's not...
Like a lot of early MVRs.
Yeah, but I think it holds up to time a lot more than other stuff early Power Ranger does.
Let's talk about...
I still love the scene where he's lifting the weights, and Kimberly's like, "I know you're the Green Ranger." Well then, Pink Ranger, you must very well know that your friends are about to be destroyed. I'm like, oh my god, milk it. It was... I will always remember that scene.
That is the maximum. Do you even lift, bro?
You gotta get those gains if you're gonna destroy those Rangers.
Yeah, you gotta get those gains.
Such drama.
You're gonna destroy
Such
those
drama.
Rangers, those gains.
Anyway.
Let's talk about some bad ones.
Oh, all right. Want to talk about some bad ones? Turbo.
I was gonna say Operation Overdrive.
Well, we can start with Operation Overdrive. It's like everything we liked about Lightspeed Rescue done wrong.
But bad.
They went to complete another opposite direction.
Well, I admit that the people on paper he recruited better. Like, great people to recruit on paper.
Except Dax. He's just a stunt man.
Typically...
And his son.
Okay, he didn't recruit his son. First of all, do not put that on him. That was not his choice. I will give him that. He's a shit person, but he did not recruit his robot son. Which, when you think about it, that's the dumbest decision, actually. No, I take that back. Your robot son that you can re-fucking build.
He did not recruit his robot son. Robot son?
Anyway, what I was going to say is that...
I have the technology. I can't rebuild him.
What I was going to say is that most stunt people actually do know martial arts, so it's a good thing.
However, it was Dax.
That's why I said on paper. On paper.
Yes, but on paper it said Dax, and that's where you should have known it was a bad idea.
That's where you fucked up.
I will always love, what is Linkara's thing of, I loved your paper on such and such. I want to hire you to kill Superman. It's my favorite joke in the entire Operation Overdrive review. It's my favorite joke. Turbo.
What's this? Metaphysical quantum physics? Yes!
Turbo.
I believe you should be perfect for this.
Yes, it's not an introduction to new characters, but it's an introduction to a new theme, a new plot, and why.
A movie.
And why. wasn't even thinking about the movie. I don't give a shit about the movie.
The movie is the introduction.
I don't give a shit. But just on paper, why are we changing? Why? We're out of footage, blah, blah, blah. But from a story perspective, why did we go from Zeo to...
There was no way...
There was a perfectly simple explanation for that.
There was no way that they were going to actually be able to transfer it from 1 to 1 for those 2 seasons. There was no way in hell. Because it didn't make sense.
Also, can we not have any more Child Rangers, please? Unless it's,
Co-level?
Yeah. No, not co-level. I was thinking Q Ranger.
Yeah, co-level.
Oh, was his name Co too?
Kotaro.
Kotaro.
Yeah.
Let's go in there too. Speaking of children, Ninja Steel. Where...
The season I continuously try to forget.
I can understand why, but that opening, just that whole opening sequence where the bad guy just lands on their farm in the middle of the nowhere and he's like, I shall grab this and destroy the universe. Woo-ha-ha.
But luckily for us, he landed on the farm with the white ninja dad.
With the ninja family. Every town has those.
They'd really be underrepresented.
I mean, technically...
I swear.
Technically speaking, there is a ninja family, but just not that kind. Typically, what we see is the people who Naruto run. And call them and say, this is my ninja way.
Just a quick side note. Even though we're not really doing anything for Dino Fury, they've revealed the Gold Ranger yesterday.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
It's a black guy. It's our first black 6 Ranger.
Woo!
So that's cool for the culture.
Representation matters.
Anyway.
Too bad the show's probably still gonna be shit.
Yeah.
Going off of
Megaforce, we're gonna talk about it. We're talking about it right now.
I was just about to go there. I was gonna say, going off of why are we changing it, I was gonna bring up Super Megaforce.
Oh no, I'm specifically going
just Megaforce proper.
I had a dream on a bus.
And it showed us a great battle, and oh, am I the chosen one? And then it came to nothing. Came to absolutely nothing.
Hi, my name's Gosei.
No. The most bullshit part is when he walks into that classroom and he's asked that question. Who will survive? And he goes, humans, because if we work together, anything's possible. You forgot about that, didn't you?
I did.
He lit it. No teenager.
He puts to him and says, who will survive and what will be left of them? And it's like, oh, that's Texas Chainsaw.
He was not a teenager. His cheekbones were too sharp.
Could probably
see, unfortunately, Marcus, you can't use the word sharp when describing a cardboard box.
Yeah, you could.
You can.
Paper cuts.
They hurt.
Have you ever been cut by a cardboard box?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't. So I don't know what the fuck y'all are doing.
Pain. That's what we're doing. Yeah, that was garbage.
I worked retail. It's possible.
Mystic Force? The Chosen One doesn't believe in magic?
Yeah. That whole thing was stupid. .jpg.
Oh, I have a good one.
Lost Galaxy?
Actually, no.
What is it?
I was gonna say Jungle Fury. That was okay.
Yeah. All right.
The acting wasn't great, but
what is it?
Right. Super Mega Forces was trash. Even though it was a continuation.
Getting back to what he said about the why are you changing?
Yeah. Why am I green?
Which they hang a lampshade the size of the Freedom Tower on.
Just a whole lampshade.
Yes.
Just threw it at him. Weirdly enough,
Zeo had a great introduction. Power Rangers Zeo had a great introduction, in my opinion.
Why?
Because it was a continuation, yes, with the same characters, but it was a clean slate everywhere else.
R.I.P. and peace, Aisha.
The base was destroyed. New powers had to be discovered. It was using something that they had been working on for
the last season.
The last season they've been finding. It was just such a natural progression in the story that it didn't feel like a whole other Power Rangers until you saw the suits.
Samurai's was trash.
Samurai's was absolute trash because we didn't get an introduction. We got episode 3.
To fight by your side.
I wasn't even thinking that. No, the first episode that aired was episode 3, chronologically.
I'm mostly talking about episode 1 here. Episode 1.
I'm thinking of episode 1.
It was a copy, yes, but done worse.
Oh, absolutely. So, hold on. Are we talking about the chronological introduction in the story or what was aired?
The actual
episode 1 proper.
Okay. Either way, it was dumb.
It was bad.
It was really bad.
That show. But
super bad.
Just the introduction is just like, but what if we didn't? And why is the Red Ranger Asian?
You mean white isn't? Or is that what you said?
White isn't.
Yeah, I thought you said white is.
No. Why is he not Asian? Stop it. We're not some Last Samurai bullshit up in here.
What was his name again?
I take issue with that.
What was his first name again?
That's not the title of the movie. That's not what that means.
What was his first name? Jaden? I'm Jaden Shiba. And just every monster laughing.
No. No, you're not.
Like, it would have been, honestly, let me ask you this. Because he was the fake leader, quote unquote, would it have been acceptable for him to be white? And I understand the phrasing. If his sister was Asian.
No.
No, I'm not saying, but if they changed it from sister to the actual head of the clan, and if she was Asian, the true Red Ranger was Asian, would that have been better? No.
No.
Okay.
It would have still been stupid.
It
was.
Because who could believe he was the leader of the clan when he's, paler than I am?
It's also the same script, the same bad acting.
No.
If you're not changing that.
No, I know. I was just asking from a pure, on paper perspective. Not considering the acting. Even though she did great.
Yeah, she was the best part of the show.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, because she wasn't there long.
What do we think of Ninja Storm? Because we've talked about almost every other fucking intro at this point. Ninja Storms was okay.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
I don't remember it, to be honest. Doesn't stick out at all.
It's very similar to the Hurricanegers in the fact that it's the 3 kind of reject students, but every other student has been captured. So it's their only
It's the exact same thing.
Yeah. The only thing I still understand is how did...
Except more extreme.
Except more extreme.
Extreme!
How did Yellow know what the motions were?
Freaking Clay Doll shows up out of nowhere.
That's my only question about the intros. How did Yellow, I think his name was Dustin, know how to morph immediately? Because they're like, what do we do? And he's like, let me show you. Ninja Storm, Ranger Form. Like,
never
what?
asked that question. You should know by now. That's just a Power Rangers.
But the reason why I'm asking is because the other two are literally asking, how do we do this? And he went, watch and learn.
Maybe he saw someone do it once.
Also because Power Rangers.
I can't just assume that everything is 0-1.
How does anyone know what to do the first time they morph? It's what happens so the show can happen.
Not everybody's going to be having a 0-1. 0-1 did it perfectly.
0-1 did it fantastically.
But
where the belt sucked him into his consciousness into the satellite and says, this is what you do. This is how you do it. I'm literally putting you in the Matrix right now. You know Kung Fu. It's been about 0.3 seconds. Go. Which was fantastic.
I know Henshin.
Damn, that was great.
I know Henshin.
Show me.
But yeah, are there any way...
This is the morphing program.
We saw the Dino Fury one.
Yeah.
I thought you said you didn't.
I've watched clips. I never actually
I saw the first episode.
How was Dino Fury?
There are things about the first episode I liked.
Like?
It's not a high school show.
It isn't.
Oh, it isn't?
No, they work at BuzzFeed.
Yeah, they pretty much work at BuzzFeed.
They work at Discount BuzzFeed.
And the Red Ranger's an alien in his 30s.
Yeah.
Okay. I've seen his alien get up with the antenna. It still looks stupid. Let's not talk about that.
It looks like a Discount Mantis.
Oh my god, he does.
You're welcome.
Anywho.
Sexual love.
For her.
Mama. Garbage. Anyway. But yeah, like, the actual introduction of it, it's like, it has things that be like...
Is it better than Ninja Steel?
Yeah.
Alright, we're good.
It's much better than Ninja Steel.
The guy who is playing Geisel in this one sounds a little bit too young. And I think that's sort of my issue with his...
I'd have to talk for a long time about my problems with... that I have, but also... But as far
we'll save that for Twitch.
The things that I liked... I think it's a good introduction. It's, well, maybe not a good one, but it's okay. It's okay. I'll say that. I think the first half of the episode is alright, and then the second half was not. Yeah. Like, once the actual Ranger stuff happens, that's where the show lost me. Especially because everything before that is okay.
Some of the acting...
There's a good tracking shot in episode 1.
I did see the tracking shot.
Where they're going through... BuzzFeed headquarters, and there's this tracking shot that's following them, and we see like other people making videos.
Did you see the Try Guys?
They left BuzzFeed, remember?
I didn't know what era BuzzFeed they were talking about, so I just thought I'd reach. I don't watch BuzzFeed anymore. Literally everybody I liked at BuzzFeed is no longer at BuzzFeed.
Fair enough.
Quinta is my main one. But yeah, just watching some of the clips, yeah. But yeah,
it could be worse. Let's just keep that mentality.
Are there things that could be done better in the future?
Yes, always.
Let's hope they do them.
We didn't talk about the... Okay, so there's one introduction left, I think.
Wild Force?
No, sorry, 2. Wild Force was pretty good. It was very similar to its Sentai counterpart, but I liked it.
I don't think it was.
Again, that's one of those ones that doesn't really...
Well, I'm talking about similar in the fact that it wasn't... In both cases, Red is the last to join the team, and everybody else has been on the team a little.
Yeah, but Red's backstory is a lot different.
Yeah, that
was the thing that sort of drove that show, at least in the first episode, a bit differently because of the whole Master Orc thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't have a heart. But it had a great finale.
What was the other one you're talking about?
The original, the first introduction ever.
Well,
teenagers with attitude.
That's the first thing we see is, we have astronauts on the moon and they uncover...
Why is it still canonically a dumpster? It doesn't look anything like a dumpster.
Because of alliteration. Day of the dumpster.
Fair enough. They could have just said Day of the Dinos, but anyway. After 10,000 years, I'm free. It's time to
go to Denny's.
Day of Denny's.
I still haven't been to a Denny's.
I'm
waiting until...
in my opinion, it's better than the introduction of its Sentai equivalent.
Well, yeah.
That's not saying much.
No,
They're in that.
Sea Rangers was garbage.
They're in that spaceship. How do we know what a spaceship is? Shut the fuck up.
It's fantasy. I'm willing to allow it.
With a toy bow.
Oh my god, that toy bow.
That was the worst. But yeah.
Or the best, depending on how you look at it.
There are definitely ways that could...
Definitely had a better theme song. We'll always have a better theme song.
Yeah, definitely so good that they kept reusing it over and over and over.
There are definitely things that could be done better going forward. The biggest thing, because I noticed this in like the couple of clips I saw of Dino Fury, the music has to be done better. You need more oomph in that first episode.
You also need to mix it better.
Yes!
God.
Because the Rangers sound down here now.
Oh god, the audio mixing is probably the worst it has ever been in Dino Fury.
Which is saying something because we saw all the stuff that happened.
Something I've complained about many, many times, but it's like...
Ninja Storm, especially when they were...
Ninja Steel.
No, I'm talking about Storm in this case. Because during a lot of the Disney seasons, until they got to RPM, weirdly enough, they never filmed on location for the voices.
Yeah,
they
was
filmed
all
in
ADR.
Studio, which screwed how things sounded up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just make sure your audio mixing is there because that'll drive me up the wall more than anything else.
Yeah, it's awful. But anywho, any other ones?
I don't think there's any we haven't talked about.
Any other thoughts, questions, comments, concerns?
We didn't really talk about Lost Galaxies.
I didn't like it because it was just Sword in the Stone in space.
What's wrong with that?
How do we bring it on the moon?
Power Rangers has very, very weird backgrounds when it comes to the moon.
No shit.
We can breathe on the moon now.
We can breathe on the moon now. Is that a Russian corpse? How do I know it's Russian? It's probably a skeleton by this point. But what? Wasn't the Pink Ranger Russian in the 60s?
Also, Starship Troopers.
That shit. I was just
Starship Trooper outfits.
I was just gonna gloss over that because that's fair.
I just think that's funny.
It's funny. It's funny when you know, but when you don't know, it literally doesn't change anything.
I still like the Lost Galaxy opening though, solely because it sets up what happens to Mike. It sets up the villains pretty well. And you end up pretty much knowing what's going to happen for
sets up what happens to Mike, whether or not you know who he is. You still feel it.
Mike,
who are you?
Damon, you literally never met him. I don't even think you actually met his brother until like halfway through the episode. That was the episode 2.
It's literally the Power Ranger equivalent of that scene in I think Over Ranger. And it's like, what are you gonna do to my brother? What is he talking about? I have no idea.
That was Go-Go 5.
Go-Go 5. That will forever be great.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, let us know what your favorites are.
Or your least favorites.
What can be done in the future to make it more palatable to you?
And as always, follow us on all of the things.
Yep.
But until then, awkward pauses.
Awkward stare.
We are masters at them.
We've been doing this for 5 fucking years.
And that's the only thing we're good at.
We'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
Thank you for watching.